I'm Emmanuel Antwi, the principal of Ghana Bible College. I took office as principal from the 1st of January 2014. I'm privileged to occupy this role at the Ghana Bible College, looking at the history of the college and the development of the church in this country. In 1962, we have brethren from Cedar Church of Christ coming to Ghana to establish Ghana Bible College as a way of training local ministers to help in propagation of the gospel and managing the churches at their local communities. Since then, Ghana Bible College has trained over 850 people who are currently serving in various communities in all the regions of Ghana. It may interest you to know that through the efforts of these graduates from Ghana Bible College, we have Church of Christ in almost all the regions in Ghana and almost in all the communities. Every urban center in Ghana has a Church of Christ. We can count about 3,000 churches across the country at the moment as we speak. And most of these people that were trained from Ghana Bible College have also established other schools of preaching. We can count about 6 of them in different parts of Ghana. So that also shows the efforts of the Ghana Bible College in helping train more people through the alumni who are now heading various preaching schools and training more other people in their various areas of localities. Besides those people, we also have people that have been trained from other West African countries. We have people from Ivory Coast, we have people from Togo, Gabon, and Central Africa, Congo. All these brethren came to Ghana Bible College to receive training and to go back there doing wonderful work there. For these 50 years of the existence of Ghana Bible College, there is a tremendous return of the good news to the US. You go to New York, for instance, we have Ghanaians that were trained from Ghana Bible College that have started Ghanaian congregation in US. We have some also in the European countries like UK, France, Italy, Germany. They are having congregations that service the local Ghanaians who are immigrants in these countries. And they are being led by brothers from Ghana Bible College. All these achievements are considered to be the step that we, the new generation of leadership, are going to step on as spring to also bring out new strategies to see how we can use the college not only to train more ministers, but also to develop the local congregations and get more brethren improved in their capacities, in their roles as leaders of the churches. In Ghana, there's one thing that is very significant. We don't have many churches with elders, and most of these churches are led by preachers who are graduates from Ghana Bible College and other preaching schools. And we realize there's a need for us to improve the number of the preachers because the earlier preachers that received training from Ghana Bible College, most of them have become older. And there's a need to have more young people taking over from these aging ministers of the gospel. Because Ghana is vast as compared to the location of Ghana Bible College in the middle of the country in Kumasi, we are strategizing to send our programs to the hinterlands. There are several brethren who have been serving as leaders by default, but they have not received any proper training. So we are sending lecturers to communities where we can gather a number of existing church leaders to provide them monthly training so that they can be better equipped to manage and lead the churches in these various areas. Besides that, we are also trying to win people who are educated relative as compared to some current leadership that we have. Because like I said, because we don't have many churches being led by elders, it is important that we have people who are well prepared and trained to lead the churches. So we are attracting people from the Ministry of Education, that is brethren who are teachers already, be given training, who come to the college every month to receive some training so that these people after 3 years can graduate and go out there to work as preachers in the various areas where they are serving. We are also trying to get accreditation from the Ghana Education Service. The objective of the accreditation is to attract more young people who want to pursue secular education into the campuses of Ghana Bible College. So as they are pursuing their secular education, they are also exposed to Ghana Bible College training programs. So the brethren among them who will be interested in adding the Bible training or the ministry training as a second career to their professional development, wherever they go after graduation, also become asset to the church, because their training from Ghana Bible College will add to whatever capacity that they have to help the local churches. So those who are even not going to work as preachers, because of the development they receive from Ghana Bible College whilst having their secular training, will also serve a better purpose as local leaders, Bible teachers, serving in the leadership in the various areas where they will be found working. Besides that, we are looking into possibility of teaming up with the various congregations in establishing more churches. We realize that in the past, the churches tend to be more evangelical, but lately, because of certain factors, like many churches that used to be worshiping in schools are now being driven by the school authorities, and that is compelling them to look for land to put up church buildings. And they seem to be preoccupying the activities and programs of many churches, thereby reducing the zest and the enthusiasm that the churches have in establishing churches. Ghana Bible College see it as a challenge, and we want to team up with the various churches to establish congregations so that the call for us to spread the gospel doesn't become stale because of the necessity for the churches to get other development programs. We have currently started working with the various congregations on a weekly basis, where we send Ghana Bible College students to the various congregations where they have programs and they have expressed interest to go on personal evangelism with the local congregations. And we are also going to draw up programs where every semester we team up with an existing congregation that express their interest to establish new congregation. We want to work with the congregations that are already on the ground so that they will have supervisory roles on the new congregations that we want to set up. So in as much as we are enthused to establish new congregations, we want the churches to be responsible for the new congregations that we are going to set up with our students. We are also seeing the need for the local churches to own the Ghana Bible College. I have said that the Bible College was started by our brethren from the US, that is about 50 years ago. Now the Ghanaian congregations need to own it up, because eventually they are the beneficiaries of the college. The times that our American brethren were leading the colleges are over. Now they are partnering with the local brethren like myself to see how we can move the college forward. And we want the elders, the preachers, the alumni of the Ghana Bible College to also accept the fact that having benefited from the college, they need to also come and team up with the college so that we can move the college to higher levels to perform much better than what they have done so far. The Ghana Bible College is now poised to promote the ideals of Church of Christ and to ensure that the church develops and maintain the doctrine that we have bequeathed from our predecessors, to ensure that in future our children and our children's children will come to meet a sound doctrine that can save their souls and save the souls of many other people who have the privilege of coming into contact with the gospel. Thank you.
Okay.
That's good.
Yeah. Let me ask you. Tell us why creating an endowment why is that an important part of what you need to do here?
Right. We are so much grateful to our brethren from the US who have significantly contributed to the operational cost of meeting the budget of the college. But we realize that with the passage of time, the continuous support that we receive from these brethren month after month, year after year, has begun dwindling. This means that we need to strategize to have a better means of getting resources to keep Ghana Bible College going. This is why the management of Ghana Bible College has come out with the establishment of an endowment fund. We believe that if we are able to get $1 million as an endowment and invest this amount in Ghana, we will be able to get the interest that will keep the Bible training going on. Because the brethren who have been supporting us are also having their challenges. We don't want a situation where we come to a time where the college will have to be closed down, because irrespective of the massive contribution it's been making to the development of the church in Ghana, if you don't have the money to pay for staff, you don't have the money to pay for utilities, you don't have the money to run the place, we'll be compelled to close down. And this is what we want to avoid. And to sustain the financial stability of the college, we believe that if you could establish the endowment fund, the continual interest that we'll be receiving will be able to keep the college growing. We want to plead with our brethren, individual members of the Church of Christ, congregations, and those whom the activities of Ghana Bible College touches their heart, to contribute so that we're able to raise this endowment, to have it invested, for us to get interest that will be keeping our budget running every year, so that the good work Ghana Bible College have been doing over these years will not come to a stop, but we have a sustainable continuation of these activities and the programs. So we are pleading and calling on our brotherhood, wherever they will find us, that we want them to partner with Ghana Bible College so that we will not truncate the good history of the success stories of the Ghana Bible College, but we all support and contribute for the continuation of the training of ministers, training of more leaders, training of Bible teachers, supporting the rural churches to also develop and stand on their feet. It is something that we need to know that there is a need for us to be supporting the college, because the local churches are relatively smaller. Though they are shown the interest by contributing their widow's mite, because of the small nature of Ghana churches, they are unable to pay their preachers well, let alone have a better contribution to sustain the activities of Ghana Bible College. So in as much as the local churches are willing to support, we believe strongly that we need the assistance and the contributions of our brethren all over wherever you find us, so that we'll be able to sustain what we are doing. So our contribution will go beyond the borders of Ghana to promote the Church of Christ worldwide. We therefore call on all brethren to contribute their widow's mite, and we believe that any little that we are able to put into the endowment is going to be a permanent contribution that our dear Lord is going to bless us for those contributions that we make.